Hello friends, welcome to Play Question Wise. In this video lecture, we will be discussing some important questions from the subject Indian Polity. So let's begin the session. In India, the concept of single citizenship is adopted from options are A. England, B. USA, C. Canada, D. France. Friends, answer to the given question is option A, England. Indian citizenship. Friends, there is no specific definition of the term citizen in the Constitution of India, but details of various categories of people who are entitled to Indian citizenship are given clearly in part 2nd of the Constitution from Article number 5 to Article 11. Article 5 says about the citizenship of India at the commencement of Constitution, that is on 26th November 1949. Then we have Article 9 जो हमको ये बताता है कि अगर किसी भी इंडियन सिटीजन ने किसी और कंट्री की सिटीजनशिप एक्वायर की है तो उसी वक्त से उसका इंडियन सिटीजनशिप इनवैलिड हो जाएगा. Then we have Article number 11 that give powers to the Parliament of India to regulate the right of citizenship, and this provision resulted in the enactment of Citizenship Act 1955. Friends, ये Citizenship Act 1955 provide करता है 5 ways to acquire citizenship of India, and those 5 ways are by birth, by descent, by registration, by naturalization, and by incorporation of a territory. So friends, these are few points related to Indian citizenship. Now let's move to the next question. The word socialist was added to the preamble. Its main aim is to, options are A. Eliminate inequality in economic and political status, B. Eliminate inequality in political and religious affairs, C. Eliminate inequality in income and status and standards of life, D. Eliminate class-based society. Answer to the given question is option A. Eliminate inequality in economic and political status. Amendment to Preamble. Friends, Preamble has been amended only once up till now during the Prime Ministership of Mrs. Indira Gandhi in 1976. Friends, with this 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act of 1976, 3 new words were added in the Preamble of Constitution. These words were socialist, secular, and integrity. Friends, by socialist, it means that India decided to adopt the policy of democratic socialism, which is a kind of mixed economy where both public and private sectors coexist side by side. Friends, the term secular in the Constitution means that all the religions in India get equal respect, protection, and support from the state. Friends, the preamble seeks to promote fraternity among the people, assuring their dignity and unity of integrity of the nation. Friends, the 42nd Constitutional Amendment of 1977 inserted these 3 words, but it only made explicit which was implicit. It means these words were already contained in some provisions of the Constitution. For example, Article 25 to Article 28 naturally makes India a secular country. Friends, these are few points about 42nd Amendment. Now let's move to the next question. The part of Constitution that reflects the mind and ideals of the framers is, options are A. Directive principles, B. Fundamental rights, C. Preamble, D. Citizenship. Answer to the given question is option A. Directive principles. Part 4. Directive principles of state policies. Friends, the provisions contained in this part cannot be challenged in any court, but these principles are fundamental in the governance of the country. The policies and schemes of government must be based on the principles mentioned in part 2, that is under DPSPs. Friends, we have borrowed the concept of DPSP from Ireland, which had copied from the Spanish Constitution. Friends, there is no classification given in the Constitution, but for the sake of understanding, we can classify DPSPs in 3 categories, namely Gandhian DPSPs, Socialistic DPSPs, and Liberal Intellectual DPSPs. Gandhian DPSPs reflects ideas and dreams of Mahatma Gandhi ji. For example, Article 40 talks about organization of village panchayat, and Article 43 talks about development of cottage industries at village level. So these articles comes under Gandhian DPSPs. Friends, then we have socialistic DPSPs, which aims to promote human welfare by securing a social order. Example, Article 45, which talks about right to education for every child. Then we have liberal intellectual DPSPs, which reflects universal human values and ethics. For example, promoting international peace and security, protection of wildlife and natural resources, then protection of monuments, etc. So these are few points about DPSPs. Now let's move to the next question. Under which article of the Constitution are cultural and educational rights granted? Options are A. Article 29 and 31, B. Article 29 and 32, C. Article 29 and 30, D. Article 30 and 31. Answer to the given question is option C, Article 29 and 30. फ्रेंड्स, इंडिया में सारे रिलीजियस एंड लिंग्विस्टिक माइनॉरिटीज के लैंग्वेज, स्क्रिप्ट एंड कल्चर को प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में क्लियरली डिफाइंड प्रोविजंस है इन द फॉर्म ऑफ आर्टिकल 29 एंड आर्टिकल 30. फ्रेंड्स, आर्टिकल 29(1) says any section of the citizens residing in the territory of India or any part thereof having a distinct language, script or culture of its own shall have the right to conserve the same. Article 29(2) says no citizen shall be denied admission into any educational institutions maintained by the state or receiving aid out of state funds on grounds only of religion, race, caste, language or any of them. Friends, Article 30 says all minorities, whether based on religion or language, shall have the right to establish and administer educational institutions of their choice. And Article 32 says state shall be impartial in allotment of funds to these institutions. So friends, these are few points about cultural and educational rights of minorities in India. Now let's move to next question. Right to constitutional remedies comes under, options are A. Fundamental right, B. Legal rights, C. Constitutional rights, D. Natural rights. Answer to the given question is option A, fundamental rights. Constitutional remedies, writs. फ्रेंड्स, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया ने अपने सारे सिटीजन्स को जो फंडामेंटल राइट्स दिए हैं उसका अगर कोई वायलेशन हो रहा है तो कोई भी इंडिविजुअल किसी हाई कोर्ट या सुप्रीम कोर्ट के पास जाकर रिपोर्ट कर सकता है. द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन एम्पावर्स द सुप्रीम कोर्ट अंडर आर्टिकल 32 एंड हाई कोर्ट्स अंडर आर्टिकल 226 टू इशू ऑर्डर्स एंड दीज ऑर्डर्स आर कॉल्ड रिट्स. Friends, there are 5 types of writs, namely habeas corpus, certiorari, prohibition, mandamus, and quo warranto. Let's discuss each one of them one by one. Habeas corpus is a writ that is enforced to protect the fundamental right of liberty of an individual against unlawful detention. The writ of certiorari is issued to a lower court directing the transfer of a case for review, usually to overrule the judgment of a lower court. Then, friends, we have prohibition, which is a writ that is issued by a higher court to a lower court to inactivity in jurisdiction. Then we have the writ of mandamus, which is issued to a subordinate court, an officer of the government, or a corporation of other institutions commanding the performance of certain acts or duties. The writ of mandamus can be used to order the completion of a task, or in other case, it may require an activity to be ceased. Quo warranto is issued against a person who claims a public office. Through this writ, the court inquires by what authority the person supports his or her claim. So friends, these were few facts about writs. Now let's move to the next question. The theory of fundamental rights implies options are A, sovereignty of the people, B, equality of opportunity for all, C, limited government, D, equality of all before law. The answer to the given question is option C, equality of limited government. Fundamental rights. फ्रेंड्स, सिटीजन के पास फंडामेंटल राइट्स का होना ही गवर्नमेंट की पावर्स पर लिमिटेशन है, जिसके लिमिट्स के अंदर रहकर ही गवर्नमेंट रूल कर सकती है फॉर द वेलफेयर ऑफ पीपल टिल इट एंजॉयज देयर सपोर्ट. बिकॉज ऑफ आवर फंडामेंटल राइट, the state cannot discriminate with any citizens on the ground of caste, class, race, sex, religion, etc. Friends, there are 6 fundamental rights recognized by the Indian Constitution, which are as follows. Right to equality from Article 14 to 18, then right to freedom from Article 19 to 22, then right against exploitation from Article 23 to 24, then right to freedom of religion from Article 25 to 28, then cultural and educational rights from Article 29 to 30, and constitutional remedies, Article 32 to 35. So friends, these are few points to remember about fundamental rights. Now let's move to the next question. Indian Constitution recognizes minorities on the basis of options are A, religion, B, caste, C, population, D, color. The answer to the given question is option A, that is religion. Minorities in India. Friends, इंडिया में कौन सी कम्युनिटी माइनॉरिटी डिक्लेयर की जा सकती है, इसका असेसमेंट करने के लिए नेशनल कमीशन फॉर माइनॉरिटीज एक्ट 1992 ऑलरेडी है, जो अपने सेक्शन 2C क्लॉज के अंडर डिफाइन करता है माइनॉरिटी कम्युनिटीज ऑफ इंडिया. So in India, Muslims, Christians, Sikhs, Buddhists and Parsis and Jains comes under minority communities. Friends, we discussed the term minorities. We should not limit ourselves to religious minorities, because linguistic minorities, transgender, etc. are also considered minorities in the larger socio-political frameworks. In order to protect our constitutional values of individual dignity, equality and liberty, friends, we must strive to discourage and remove hate-filled messages from the society. So these are few points regarding minorities in India. Now let's move to the next question. Untouchability is abolished and its practice is punishable according to options are A. Article 15, B. Article 16, C. Article 17, D. Article 15(4). The answer to the given question is option C, Article 17. Untouchability. Friends, the Untouchability Offences Act that commands punishment for the practice of untouchability and abolish this disgraceful practice came into force on 1st June 1955. Friends, Article 17 of the Indian Constitution eliminates the practice of untouchability. Friends, this act was passed in Indian Parliament for the eradication of all sorts of untouchability from the country, and the punishment imposed in this act is a 6-month imprisonment or alternatively a fine of rupees 500 for any person convicted for promoting any sort of discrimination. Friends, untouchability एक पैथेटिक फॉर्म ऑफ डिस्क्रिमिनेशन है जो इंक्लूड करता है किसी इंसान के साथ भेदभाव या दुर्व्यवहार करना उसके रंग, धर्म, मजहब के आधार पर, जैसे किसी का टच किया हुआ खाना पानी बॉयकॉट करना, किसी के चमड़ी के रंग का उपहास उड़ाना, साथ ही किसी को व्यापार या बिजनेस करने में परेशानी करना, किसी का मोलेस्टेशन करना, एटसेट्रा. ये सब अनटचेबिलिटी के कैटेगरी में आते हैं. So friends, these are few points about untouchability. Let's move to the next question. The Constitution names our country as, options are A. Bharat, B. India, that is Bharat, C. Hindustan, D. Aryavart. The answer to the given question is option B, India, that is Bharat. India, Bharat. Friends, Bharat and India are both names of our country mentioned in the constitution of our country. But a petition was filed which said India is a name of foreign origin. The name can be traced back to the Greek term indica, and the petition seeks an amendment to Article 1 of the Constitution which says India, that is Bharat, shall be a union of state. Friends, it wants India to be struck off from the article to ensure citizens of this country to get over the colonial past and instill a sense of pride in our nationality. Anyhow, friends, this Article 1 remained intact as India, that is Bharat. However, the debate continues. So friends, these are few points about the name of our country. Let's move to the next question. What is the minimum permissible age for employment in any factory or mine? Options are A. 12 years, B. 14 years, C. 16 years, D. 18 years. Answer to the given question is option B, 14 years. Minimum age to work. फ्रेंड्स, हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के अकॉर्डिंग 6 से 14 साल की उम्र की एज जो है वो हर बच्चे के लिए पढ़ाई लिखाई और खेल कूद के लिए ही है। किसी भी फैक्ट्री या कारखाने में किसी भी बच्चे से काम कराना गैर कानूनी है, जिसके लिए उस फैक्ट्री के सेठ जी को जुर्माना या जेल काटना पड़ सकता है। सो फ्रेंड्स, मिनिमम एज फॉर एम्प्लॉयमेंट्स इज 14 years and employment of child under 14 years of age is strictly prohibited in any establishment. So friends, this is few points about minimum age to work. Friends, if you like the video, then please subscribe, like and share.